Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we have a bit of news. Most of it we'll quickly just go over, but we do have the limit breaker, so we can actually check if we're going to be getting, or if we'll be confirmed to be getting 2 SP characters, or maybe we'll see a 3rd, or potentially, I don't know. But either way, let's just go over the free summons. What is it? Up to Magetsu, 10 free pulls a day, and then all the way down to the last end of month premium banner, the Noitora Neliel Xylapro banner. Okay, I was just curious what that was. Character packs, who are these again? Oh, okay, these guys, whatever. I don't remember if any of them are worth it, to be honest. I guess if they're new, sure, or if they're like the full, when you're at full stamina, increase strong attack damage links. But besides that, I can't remember what the hell they even do. I think they're alright. And then these characters will be dropping tomorrow, so that's going to be a bit of orbs. They're nothing crazy. They're fine. But they're okay. They're okay. How many issues do we got going on? Okay. A lot. Oh my goodness. I'm not looking in here. There's too many. There's too many. Let's just go over the limit breaker quest, and let's see. So it's gonna be on the 31st. Doesn't look like there's anything unique about it. So enemies are Rankar. Enemies are gonna be power. So this is for the power of Rankar killer. So that is gonna be the limit breaker quest character. So we're definitely getting a new character. It's not like it's just for Neliel. Because I know that me and also I think Death, I forgot who I watched. We're talking about the Neliel being a power Rankar character, and maybe that's what they would be using for the guild quest. But looks like this will be the main limit breaker quest character. So there's that. And then speed no affiliation character, which would be the second one. Okay, and then human heart enemies melee. Oh, melee damage. Oh, that's Rangiku. Yeah, I was gonna say, who the hell is that? Yeah, that's this is gonna be for Rangiku, isn't it? I was thinking Ichigo for a second until I saw the melee damage times 2. But honestly, Ichigo, 10th anniversary Ichigo should do just fine in slot 3, because he has the complete immunity. But yeah, so for slot 1, most likely going to be the new character. Slot 2 is going to be the other new character. Hopefully there's 3 characters. I really hope it's not just 2 characters. But I doubt they would just do 2 SP characters. But I don't know. But rule 1 also has power damage times 2, melee damage times 2, and then killer effect times 4, and freeze plus. Jushiro might do pretty well. Is he Ranger Rankar? Yeah, because he replaced Bambi, so he might honestly do pretty good just in slot 1 in general. Or even like the 6 Annie Eisen remake. Because like I used him last time with freeze plus puddles. It was a Rankars as well, and he did really good. So he might do just fine. And then slot 2 for speed, no affiliation. Speed damage times 2, range damage times 2, killer effect times 4, and freeze plus. Okay. Can't think of another speed character, I'm not gonna lie. Off the top of my head, I know there's a Wetsu. I guess you could use a Wetsu actually. Yeah, a Wetsu. He just won't get the range damage times 2, but he should be fine, to be honest. Maybe. Alright, 1 second. Alright, so I was looking at the other melee Rankar characters for power, and dear God, dear golly almighty, are they very outdated. The last one was Safui Mayuri, and obviously the new Neliel, but like, yeah. Yikes, he is very bad. He is very bad. I do not recommend using him at all. You could probably just use any other new character and do better than him. He is a terrible character. He was basically just used for nuking. Back when hard guild quests was a thing, you could just jump in, soul bomb, and nuke the entire guild quest. But yeah, I don't recommend using him. Captain Rukia, really doubt she's gonna do anything. Anyone else are pretty bad, probably. So let's just go ahead and let's just start at the top. Let's just take off power. See, just our wrong card killers, I guess. Kilgay, I feel like could do pretty well, pretty good. He's not gonna have increased chance, if I'm not mistaken. Does he have increased chance actually, or am I mistaken? I don't think he does. Do not think so. He does not. But like he has a rampage. He has damage to drain enemies, SP boost, frenzy 2, right? Yeah, frenzy 2, and then he's got some full stamina there. So like he does pretty decent, and he also has a really nice kit, and he has drain. So if you get hit, well, you can just full heal. So he does pretty good. He does pretty good, especially if you actually have some copies in him. Bambietta, they are technique, and she's also melee, is she not? So she might do pretty good here, especially because she has the last rate, damage over time. She has the team party, increased killer effect of 20% after you defeat 20 enemies, or 25, so you boost your entire team. That's pretty good. Now do remember, yeah, it is freeze plus pools, so you're gonna have to watch out for the freeze. It is pretty annoying dealing with that. So just one thing to at least think about. But yeah, and then she has 40% berserker, frenzy 2, and then she's got increased chance against the Ronkars, and then SP boost, and then a bunch of other GQ skills and stuff. But she might be decent with her last rate over time and whatnot. Then the final character would probably be Asnot. Like Asnot is still really good. He's got the the triple drain, weaken plus as well, the EX. When he's at full stam, he increases his cooldown by 6%. He's got some full stam, frenzy 2, increased chance, and then he's got the SP boost. So yeah, you just drop one of the big debuffs on the big poison enemy waves. He should do pretty good. Hopefully. I will say, I guess they are tech enemies, so maybe Asnot isn't going to be that exceptional, but I mean, maybe he'll do well. I don't know. So let's just do power again and just melee power characters. Who do we got? We have Soifon. Do they have guard? I don't know if Ronkars have guard. I can't remember. If they do, she is immediately ruled out because she is terrible at that. She does not have guard break. I know Basby has been using some limit breakers. My eye is so annoyed right now. Oh my god. But I'd imagine he'd need killer because he is a guild quest character. And then same thing for Senju. Like these are all just guild quest characters essentially. None of them like scream being able to use in limit breaker, to be honest. Mugetsu, he's not gonna have increased chance or killer, so that's gonna hold him back, but he might be decent. Also gotta watch out for the freeze pools, but he has weakening. He has the team party, increased strong attack damage of 20%, 50% berserker, frenzy 2, increased chance against hollows, which doesn't matter, damage to weakened enemies of 40%, and then the SP boost of 100%. So I mean, if he's all you got, go for it. But alright, so let's just take a Ronkar and then take off melee. Let's see, who do we got? Parasol Rukia isn't the worst. Like in Limit Breaker, I generally don't mind using her too much. Like she's pretty decent, except for her SA2, it's pretty bad. It's a heal with no status summons, and it also counts as a melee attack, so it's kind of shit. Do keep that in mind. She has power attribute, strong attack recharge in between each room by 20%, full stamina damage at 20%. She has rampage, frenzy 2, and then increased chance against tech attribute enemies, which they are tech enemies. She actually might do pretty well. You just gotta avoid the freeze. And then she has SP boost of 80%. So I mean, she would probably be like the best old option, to say the least. But then we have the new Juicy, Mr. Jushiro, which I assume would be a very fine alternative to the new character that we are getting. I imagine he is going to be the main character to use, and I will probably end up using him, or maybe even just 6th anniversary or New Aizen, because he was so good last time, to be honest. So yeah, but he has paralysis plus on all of his strong attacks with a EX vortex, which is pretty interesting. He has an SA2, a superior SA2. Some Berserker from his Soul Trait, a enhanced version of Berserker. And then he has Team Party strong attack recharge for his entire team with 10%, 80% Berserker, all status element resistance of 200%, so he's completely immune. He has Frenzy plus 3, increased chance against Rankars, damage to paralyzed enemies of 80%, and then the SP boost of 100%. I'm very hoping these end of month characters live up to or close to these part 1 and part 2 characters, to be honest. But we'll obviously have to wait and see. But yeah, those are all pretty much all the characters for slot 1. Let's go to slot 2. No affiliation, speed, ranged. Alright. Yawning. That's kind of funny that Noelle and Macy both have a character in range, no affiliation, for speed. So I'm really thinking this is going to be Nini, by the way. She also doesn't have a speed character in general, not even the killer. But I think that would be kind of cool to have all 3 range, no affiliation, speed. Doesn't matter too much, but just a little thought. So obviously, if you can't tell, none of these characters are going to do that great. Macy might be decent. Might. Very, very, very big might. She has paralysis and weakening. She has recharge in between each stages for speed teammates. 20% bruiser, 40% berserker, frenzy 2, damage to paralyzed and weakened enemies of 40%, and then the SP boost. But she does have no immunity at all. So yeah, that's not gonna be fun. That will not be very fun, is all I can say. But she does have a Shave SA1 as well, which a lot of people hate, understandably so. SA2 Vortex, which is pretty good, and then full screen. So, you know, go for it if you want. I don't recommend it, but all right, let's just take off melee or rage. So yeah, basically it's gonna be Owetsu, and it probably is the second character that you could probably use, or Uryu. Without Gremmy, I'm not too sure how Uryu will do. He has basically everything going for him besides the freeze plus on the ground, because he's not immune to anything. And without Gremmy, it's a bit iffy, I will say. But he's mainly just here because of his gauge. He has weakening and drain. And then he gets 100% more Berserker every time you proc his gauge. So that's pretty much all you need to know about him. And then Owetsu, basically the same thing actually. Another gauge character, but a much better gauge. No affiliation killer plus as well. He has no status element, so there's pretty much no RNG. And his gauge gives him 100% Berserker and an extra Frenzy. You know, he has a start gauge effect cooldown, or strong attack cooldown by 30%. He's immune to fire, so the freeze pulls are absolutely going to cuck him over. Remember that. He has Gauge, Rampage, Frenzy plus 2. Not afflicted. Increased damage to enemies not afflicted by an ailment. Weakened defense, and then Poise Break. Poise Break is very good. Very good. So, yeah. Owetsu is probably the second best character to use here. Probably. But okay, let's take off. Let's go back to ranged. And take off no affiliation. Let's just look for a ranged speed character. So like Yoruichi might be decent. Toshiro might actually be pretty good. He doesn't have killer or anything, but he doesn't have like guild quest skills or anything. Like Yoruichi, Vassal Lorde, Bambietta is a terrible character. And then that's pretty much it. Yeah, that is pretty much it there. Most of them are NAD units, like generally. Okay, that's pretty much it here. Yeah, they just have GQ skills, you know, Frenzy 3 and Go Quest and that stuff. But they have like Frenzy 2, they have SP boost 80% at least, all that good stuff. Berserker, well, Yoruichi does, if I'm not mistaken, I think. No, she did not get Berserker. She got full stamina damage though, so it made up for it. But yeah, they're not gonna be the best. I don't have an increased chance or anything, but they're decent. They should be fine, decent-ish. So let's go ahead and take off speed and then go no affiliation. Just range, or did we already do this? I don't think we have, no. So you have Toshiro, 1000 above over Tosh. Or 8th anniversary Ichigo. They're not technique enemies, so he is not going to do too hot, is all I can say. That is all I will say there. Maybe slot 1. Maybe slot 1, because he does have increased chance against tech, so maybe slot 1. But yeah, Toshiro's like the only decent other option here. But a lot of people already don't like him and are waiting to replace him with this end of month banner. But he has freeze on all of his strong attacks with his EX skill, 70% Berserker, all status element resistance, Frenzy 2, increased chance against Quincy's and no affiliation. His team party heart increased sword recurrent damage to status ailment affected enemies of 40%, damage to frozen enemies above 100%, and then SP boost of 80%. So he is pretty good. It's just not enough oomph somehow, some way. Was that everything? Did we do speed? Just no affiliation? Did we do that? We did. Yeah. And then besides just going down to where it's like just use any 6-star, that's pretty much about it. There's just no affiliation. Okay, I guess we can look at this. We did not look at this, but you had the attribute on or something. But like Shinji is a decent option, I guess. He is also a no affiliation killer. Is he range or is he melee? I think he's melee. Yeah, so he's not gonna be getting much bust from this. He also has dominate plus poise break, which is really annoying. I do not enjoy that in limit breaker, I must say, because if you knock the enemies down, the dominate doesn't do damage over time, which is very fun. He has increased strong attack damage at 80%, fire resistance, frenzy +2, increased chance against no affiliation, team party, increased damage to status and when affected enemies at 20%. Is that? I did not know he had that. Okay. And then yeah, SP boost 80% and damage to dominated enemies. So I mean, he might be a decent choice. And then Yuha is probably the final character to go over. He's okay. Nothing insane. He's definitely fallen off. He doesn't have killer plus, no status summon plus, but I mean he does have the enemy defeated bonus, 20% more melee damage, 40% more berserker, 60% devastation, and increased special move of 1 all the way up to 80 kills. He has mind attribute character recharge in between 20%, so you get your strong attacks back 20% faster in between each room. 40% berserker, all status element resistance only up to 100%, not 200. Havoc at 20%, frenzy +2. Dude, what? I actually think I am dying. Something's in my eye. Debilitator 5 seconds, pretty nice. SP boost to 80%. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I think that's pretty much about it for this. Now we're just gonna go to slot 3, which I just punched a shot of the mic. My bad. Is Mind Human. Mind Human melee. Yeah, it's just Rengiku. It is just Rengiku. Rengiku should be a pretty darn good option if I had to say. Human Killer plus, Drain plus on all of her attacks. She has the team party increased damage to status and when affected enemies at 20%. Okay, so that is exactly what Shinji has. This exact same skill, was it not? Okay. Skill increased strong attack damage of 70%. Paralysis resistance of 200%. Frenzy 2 outside of GQ. Increased chance against humans. Some melee damage. Some killer effect. She has poise break and then SP boost of 80%. Yeah, she's pretty good. She's pretty good. Now we're just gonna take off the range damage. Or melee, my bad. And then we have 10th anniversary Ichigo, who is an absolute powerhouse. Honestly, I am going to assume he's going to do better than Rengiku, I feel like. Just because he is not limited to guild quest. The only thing he will be missing out on is the melee damage ×2. But he's just such an absolutely insane unit that I don't think that's going to matter. He has paralysis plus on all of his strong attacks with the superior SA2 and 3. He has a enhanced berserker soul trait, full stamina only, reduced strong attack cooldown to 6%. He has 100% berserker, 50% full stamina damage, all status element resistance, frenzy plus 3, he has bombardment 2, increased chance against humans, long stride, he has poise break, and he has 100% SP. So like, if anything, they'll do similar numbers because, you know, the melee damage is pretty good, but he is a very strong character, I must say. So that's who I am using. So let's go ahead and I guess we can go to melee human characters. Let's see what we got. We have Driscoll, who's pretty decent, and Soifon. Since they're not the right attribute, I do not think Soifon does that well. You need literally every rule for her to be good. It is what it is. And then Driscoll is decent, but his strong attack kit is a bit wonky. Granted, I think he is a bit better in Limit Breaker than in Guild Quest, so take that into consideration. But yeah, I want to kind of just speed this up a bit. So let's just go take this off and just go Human Killer. Who do we got? It is only Byakuya. Only Byakuya. Byakuya is a very, very strong character. He has paralysis and weakening, EX skill with a barrier, full stamina only, increased strong attack damage of 40%, 60% berserker, all status element resistance. Remember to watch out for the paralysis because I do not believe that's 200%, or I believe it is paralysis plus. I didn't screenshot it though. He has frenzy 2, increased chance against humans, team party, increased soul reaper, damage to status element affected enemies of 30%, and then the SP boost of 80%. He is a very good character. Very, 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 very good character. And now I guess just human. We just did that. I guess you could just look at just melee characters. I guess you could try Rukia potentially. Like, she is good. She just won't have the increased chance. But you're getting to like begging territory at this point. Like, end of your Ichigo might be decent. You kind of have to look for like the big power hitters right here. But yeah, this is like desperate times. Call for desperate measures. So yeah, it's up to you. But slot 1 for me will probably be Jushiro or 6th anniversary remake Aizen. Slot 2 probably Oetsu. And then slot 3 is definitely going to be the 10th anniversary Ichigo. So yeah, that is pretty much going to be it for the video. Let me know down below who you guys are going to be using. I know it's a bit early, but I just wanted to get this video out before anyone else did, because, you know. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Take care. Hope you guys have an amazing day. I'm going to go back to bed. Peace out. Take care.